that. I think we should get a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
Right now?
Whether you're new to Medicare or not, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. It's up to you to pay the difference. So think about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, they help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay.
I did a little research. With a Medicare supplement plan, you'll be able to stay with your doctor.
Oh, you know, I love that guy.
These types of plans let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, and there are no networks.
Is this a one-size-fits-all kind of thing?
No, there are lots of plan options. It all depends on what we need and how much we want to spend.
Call now to request your free decision guide. It could help you find an AARP Medicare supplement plan that's right for you.
What happens when we travel?
The plans go with us, anywhere in the country.
I like that.
You know what else? United Healthcare Insurance Company has years and years of experience. What do you say?
I'm in.
Join the millions already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP. Remember, all Medicare supplement plans help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. You'll be able to choose your own doctor or hospital as long as they accept Medicare patients. And with these plans, there could be low or no copays.
You do your push-ups today.
Prepare to be amazed.
Don't wait. Call today to request your free decision guide and find the AARP Medicare supplement plan to go the distance with you. Go long.
Well, welcome back to Weather Center Live. Right now, here's a live look at Chi-Town. And yeah, a beautiful day with the blue skies out there. Barely a cloud out there for us, but warm. Very warm out there in and around Chicago and the rest of the Midwest. And this is something we'll have to contend with over the next couple of days. What's going on out there? Well, here's a look through the late week and sort of the setup for us. Look at the jet stream bulging way to the north. So we've got a bit of a ridge building here in the eastern half of the country. A bit different than what we've seen over the last few days where we had a bit of a trough swing into the east that brought in this nice refreshing air mass. But now with that ridge, very warm conditions setting up here for us. And we're going to watch that continue here over the next few. Temperatures going to be above average by quite a bit in many of these locales, again, from the Midwest into even sections of the Northeast. Expect them to be a good 5 to 15 degrees above average out there for us. So we're not going to be talking about burning ourselves out there, but again, very warm and above average with upper 80s, even around 90 around St. Louis as we head into tomorrow. 83 showing up in Detroit. Your averages should be in the 70s. As we move to Friday, still dealing with some warmth now. Indy over towards St. Louis. You'll be one of the spots getting above 90 degrees out there. As we take a look at Chicago, the average is 75 degrees. Tomorrow up to 85. So again, we're not talking about incredible warmth. It was a lot warmer earlier in the month where we were talking about temperatures getting into the 90s, but still warmer than average. And then we do see those temperatures slide down at least closer to average there in the 70s. So we'll take it. Dave?
And Alex, some of that warm weather has made it to the east. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s across the New York City metropolitan area. At least the humidity is in check. And that really is the big difference. Look at this beautiful sunset picture. Let me get out of the way here from Inga Sarda Sorensen from New York. This was last evening. Pretty pastel, hashtag sunset ushers in a crescent, hashtag moon tonight, and hashtag NYC. Just gorgeous. Look at that. And you know what? Under those clear skies, temperatures fell to the mid-60s in town in New York City. 46 this morning, Morristown, New Jersey. You talk about an urban heat island effect. Well, everybody will be in the 80s again tomorrow, right about where we are right now. And we're going to be near record highs. We'll break it in Caribou, Maine. We'll break it if our forecast comes to reality in Binghamton and tie it in Marquette. So this is some pretty serious heat. Look at Friday, huh? That is something. 87 in D.C., still lots of sunshine, still the humidity will be in check. Right through, well, Saturday it'll get a little more humid and we'll have a chance of thunder showers, Syracuse back to Pittsburgh. But Saturday will be your better day along the East Coast. By Sunday, we'll be in the 70s with a chance of showers here in New York City. But until then, enjoy this almost unbelievable stretch of weather. Now, this is just the next 4 days in New York City. We want the national forecast for all of us for the next 7 days. And there's one person who can take care of that.
Yeah, that's me. And the pressure's on. I got to do 7 days and a minute 13 seconds. All right, let's go. Here we are tomorrow. We've got the upper Midwest. That's where we'll watch for the risk for some severe storms. So heads up, that includes the Twin Cities. By Friday, that shifts east now. Lower Michigan, that'll be the zone of potential severe with general showers and thunderstorms on off towards the west, including Des Moines and back down towards even Kansas City. By Saturday, now we're getting into the weekend. Everything pressing towards the south and the east a bit. Looks like around Cleveland, you'll be seeing some wet weather. And then back into Texas, generally north of Dallas, you'll see some rain. Well, Dallas will be in the 90s. That continues into Sunday, and there's some of that cooler air trying to spread its way towards the east. No longer seeing those 80s there in and around Boston and New York City. We're in the 70s, so a little bit cooler for you. All right, let's move to Monday. Sinking into the Tennessee Valley now. We've got some showers and a few storms here as we kick things back off for the next work week. Lovely weather for the northern plains and Great Lakes. 70s for temps. We've got dry conditions out there for us as well. We're dry in the west where we need a bit of rain to help out with the fire situation there, but it's the east where we'll see the wet conditions for Tuesday and into Wednesday. New England, you're seeing some of those showers as well as there into the upper Midwest. Another round of some potential rain getting you in the Twin Cities, so heads up there. Otherwise, we stick with the 90s in Dallas.
Mesothelioma victims and their loved ones may be entitled to a cash award from the $18 billion in asbestos trust funds. And you may not have to file a lawsuit to qualify. If diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, call the number on your screen now. Even if a loved one had mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer and is passed, your family may still be entitled to a cash award. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. Many victims worked in the Navy or in shipyards, mills, carpentry, roofing, insulation, construction, or automotive industries. For over 30 years, our legal team has successfully helped thousands of victims and families. Time is limited. You may not have to file a lawsuit if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos.
Call 1-800-417-6339. That's 1-800-417-6339.
What's up with this weather, huh?
Today's weather? Well, I'd get things done this morning because we've got some big changes rolling through this afternoon. Jen Delgado, let's show her where these storms are coming from.
We'll be seeing some heavy rains this afternoon, possibly causing some flooding downtown. So the kids' soccer practice, well, likely it's going to be a wet one, Sam.
That should get you started on your day. So now back to you.
Back to me.
Sam Champion on the Weather Channel. Weather precise.
A flood advisory is in effect. Currently in our area, 77 degrees with light rain. Tonight, thunderstorms likely, low 76. Chance of rain, 80%. Thursday, thunderstorms likely, high 84. Chance of rain, 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Lowe's presents How to Be Good at Math.
How much money do you think we saved today?
A lot. Come into Lowe's now and get 15% off select Filtrete 3M filters when you buy 4 or more of the same size.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit angieslist.com today.
These little doggies are great.
Come here, little doggy. Sit. How cool is that?
Not at all. What are you doing?
I'm training my little doggy.
Watch this. Get in my belly.
How could you?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggy starting at $1.29. This is how you Sonic.
In the nation, what's precious to you is precious to us. So when coverage really counts, you can count on Nationwide. We put members first. Join the nation. Nationwide is on your side.
We've got trouble in Tummy Town.
When cold cuts give your belly thunder, Pink Relief is the first responder, so you can be a business boy wonder.
Fix stomach trouble fast with Pepto.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Looking for a delicious dinner idea? Make tonight white chicken chili night. Start with Bush's white chili beans, simmered in our flavorful chili sauce. Then add rotisserie chicken. Punch it up with a little heat. And a few ingredients from your pantry. It's easy to make the perfect pot of chili every time. Make your chili better with Bush's white chili beans. For this and more great chili recipes, visit bushbeans.com.
You're driving along, having a perfectly nice day, when out of nowhere a pickup truck slams into your brand new car. 1 second, it wasn't there, and the next second, boom, you had your first accident. Now you have to make your first claim. So you talk to your insurance company, and boom, you're blindsided for a second time. They won't give you enough money to replace your brand new car. Don't those people know you're already shaken up?
Liberty Mutual's new car replacement will pay for the entire value of your car, plus depreciation. Call 1-844-231-7717. And for drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. Switch to Liberty Mutual Insurance and you could save up to $509. Call Liberty Mutual for a free quote today at 1-844-231-7717. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Friday morning, everyone working for the weekend. Who will enjoy summer-like temperatures and where it's going to feel like fall? That's all on Wake Up Now starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Time for the tropical update. 11 years ago on this date, Hurricane Ivan hit Gulf Shores, Alabama with winds at 120 miles per hour. Now, an hour east of Gulf Shores in Pensacola, 16 inches of rain fell. And Ivan stayed strong as it moved inland, spawning a record 127 tornadoes, with rain and floods moving inland with the storm. Crusoe, North Carolina, had 17 inches of rain. Now, someone who can give us more expert analysis on Ivan, plus what's happening now in the tropics, is senior hurricane specialist Brian Norcross.
Yeah, so let's head on out to the lab now and get that full tropical,
the full one.
Yes, the full tropical update.
All right, Alex and Dave, yeah, I remember Ivan very well. In 2004, we had already had Charlie and Francis, and Jean was right around the corner. It was quite a year in the state of Florida for sure. All right, nothing big going on across the tropics, but some really interesting things. And of course, we've seen some really heavy rain from just areas to watch. And we've got two of them here, one off the southwest, this one over Florida you've been talking about, and then these two systems, the depression and the invest out in the Atlantic. Let's do those first. If you didn't get this yet today, we do have a new tropical depression, but it's only 30-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to move up into the Atlantic and just kind of die up there, so no big threat there. Here on the satellite, we can see the depression here, and then we see the invest. Not quite a depression back there, but you see it has a pretty good swirl with it, so it's kind of right on the edge, and the National Hurricane Center is giving it an 80% chance of developing into a tropical depression or tropical storm, but the expectation is the same thing's going to happen. It's going to head up on to the north and just kind of die out in the northern Atlantic. Now, what's going on, though, that we've suddenly gotten things kind of to develop out there, and we can look at this, and you might go, okay, what is that? All right, well, what this is we talk about a lot of times. We haven't done it this year much because El Nino has been the conversation, but these are these waves that go around the planet. One is called the MJO, and one is called a Kelvin wave. And And this was done by Mike Ventris, who works for our professional division, and where he monitors Kelvin waves. And I want you to watch in this area here. So let me just orient you here. There's Cuba there. There's the Dominican Republic. And here are the Caribbean islands. So let me put the line on the Caribbean islands. And then over here is Africa, obviously. And then in here is where these systems have developed. Now watch as I go forward in time. So this is now 8 days ago. Now watch what happens in that circle I've drawn there. And watch suddenly when that blue contour, those blue lines come along, boom, look at that. We get thunderstorms developing in there. So what happens is a Kelvin wave comes along in the atmosphere and kind of allows things to develop, almost kind of lifts on the atmosphere, allows thunderstorms to develop. But what's going to happen now is, look, as it goes by, here we go, coming up now on yesterday, and then here we are early today. Notice the blue contours have gone by over here, and now things we think are going to settle back down in the Atlantic after this invest goes by. So anyway, it's kind of an interesting thing. All right, what's going on in Florida? Here we have the tropical wave that's left with Grace, and of course all this moisture still left over from Grace, and then we have this big dip in the jet stream here. So that dip in the jet stream is pulling that moisture over Florida. That's why it's continuing to rain. That dip has been kind of in place there for a while. What's going to happen going through the weekend? Finally, that dip goes by, and then another big one comes in and drives drier air finally over the state. So some let up. Maybe North Carolina gets a little bit of this moisture on about Monday. We'll watch that. Okay, the other place we've had really excessive moisture and very bizarre, unusual moisture is California, obviously. Well, good news is drier air has now moved in there. Still a little moisture up here in Utah, but that's going to move out. Watch as we go through the rest of the week. Dry, 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 dry. But look at this, early next week, another batch of tropical moisture may come in there that could be quite significant, so we'll watch that. Okay, in hurricane history today, you heard about Ivan. Here is a really interesting one from 140 years ago. This was a storm called the Indianola Hurricane. It was actually Indianola Hurricane #1, and it hit Indianola, Texas, which was a thriving town on the Texas coast, rivals with Galveston for the main port, with Category 3, 115 miles per hour, and it pretty much wiped out that town. They were trying to rebuild it. 11 years later, there was another hurricane that really knocked it out. But it was also that hurricane that Father Benito Inez in Cuba issued the first hurricane forecast before it came by. That's the tropics. Back in a moment.
A flood advisory is in effect. Currently in our area, 77 degrees with light rain. Tonight, thunderstorms likely, low 76. Chance of rain, 80%. Thursday, thunderstorms likely, high 84. Chance of rain, 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now on Weather Center Live, search and rescue missions continue in Utah following deadly flash flooding. We're updating you on this devastating situation straight ahead.
And a record-setting day in Southern California, also because of rain. It came down in buckets across the state. And there's even more rain to talk about. We're tracking it all right here, right now, on Weather Center Live. We've made it to the middle of the week, huh? About what do we have? 1 week left of summer.
Wow.
Officially, yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wallace. Do people still say hump day?
I do.
Okay, we'll go with that then.
Well, I guess the old folks do.
Okay, we'll give you that. All right, we'll have much more, of course, on the devastation in Utah and, of course, the record rain in California. We'll have that in just minutes.
But we're going to begin with the threat of severe weather across the Midwest. Now, here's the overview of it. We've got warm, humid air coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. right up through Texas and Oklahoma, all the way up to a frontal boundary. And there's your severe threat, particularly tomorrow. And that area will head southward toward the Great Lakes. Chicago could be hit, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Warming up in Chicago, then the storms, and eventually things will cool down for you. Well, we've got severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes, who is going to be taking you day by day following all of the severe activity.
And we've been pretty lucky thus far in September. We've only had 9 tornadoes. That's only 25% of the average for the first half of the month. We might see a few more, though, tomorrow and Friday as a pretty substantial weather system moves across the north central part of the United States. Here's that weather system today. You can see the big U-shaped dip in the jet stream that's out over Idaho and into Montana. The leading edge of that colder air aloft, though, is out in Montana, whereas the warm, moist air is only extending as far west as this, pretty much as this stationary front here. So that's where the Gulf of Mexico moisture is. So you can see the white oval, the red oval, they're not overlapping today. So don't expect a whole lot of severe weather today. Here's another way of looking at the surface amounts of moisture. 72 dew points. That's a measure of the moisture in the air there at Kansas City. All the way up into the 60s into Minnesota, but there's a bit of a warm layer aloft that's capping the thunderstorms from breaking up through. It's waiting for that upper air disturbance to come through and break the cap, as we like to say. So while we might get a few stray thunderstorms from Minnesota down to Kansas today, most of them will not be severe. Could be a stray severe thunderstorm, as well as some thunderstorms with locally heavy rain in that other orange thunderstorm area. Now tomorrow, it's a different story. Cold front charging east, warm moist air at the surface continues to flow into these same areas. Probably the western 2/3 of this moist air will be really where the most instability will be. Look how the jet stream, though, has 2 branches that pull apart. That's like you pulling your hands apart at the top of the bathwater. Water would rise up. In this case, air would rise up and help break that cap that would inhibit the storms today. So tomorrow will be much more active with severe thunderstorms here in red, eastern Minnesota, good portion of Iowa, down into northern Missouri, a little bit of northwest Illinois, and a good portion of Wisconsin. Now, overnight tomorrow, some severe thunderstorms, mostly a damaging wind threat, may march all the way across the Chicago area into the Grand Rapids area. During the afternoon and evening, that will be the time of greatest tornado threat. Not a huge threat on the 10-point tornado condition index scale. 3 southeast Minnesota, northeast Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, central and southwest parts of Wisconsin. Then as we head into Friday, a little wave of low pressure forms, slows down the front. Out ahead of that wave of low pressure, you get a little bit more spin in the atmosphere at low levels, maybe along that frontal zone into the Quad Cities, a better chance of a tornado. The upper air forcing continues to push east toward this. So things come together there, maybe across southern Iowa, and severe threat, at least isolated, all the way from Michigan down along the cold front into Oklahoma with a tornado condition index. I've given a 4 near where I think that wave of low pressure may be. South central, southeast Iowa, northeast parts of Missouri, and west central parts of Illinois. So today, it's a kind of a quiet day so far. Not a whole lot of severe weather going on. No severe weather. A little bit of thunderstorm activity. Parts of Kansas, Utah, and Montana. We'll continue to monitor that. It might flare up a little bit more as we get through the afternoon, but watch out tomorrow and Friday. Dave?
Thanks for the heads up, Dr. Forbes. Here in Florida, the Sunshine State, well, we've had a lot of clouds. And I'm beginning to wonder, where is everybody? It's 82. We've got some sun. The rain has ended here in Daytona Beach. A mystery. Maybe just because it's a work day. But round after round of rain. That was the story. The rain left us at about 2 o'clock local time, moving northwestward. And there's nothing out here over the Atlantic now, so now would be a good time to get to the beach. Sun goes down about, what, 7:30 now? Jacksonville northward, oh, is it pouring. And in South Florida, well, let's hang on here. Jacksonville Beach, right now, we've got rain and 71. We're going to be in the low 70s, probably warm up a couple of degrees this evening. The wind is north at 13. Visibility is 2 miles, so this is not a beach day. Jacksonville and up into South Georgia. Meanwhile, here in South Florida, some of the rainfall totals have been very impressive. Palm Beach now over 2.5 inches of rain, with more coming in from the Atlantic, and out here at Marathon Key, almost 2 inches of rain. It's pouring around Fort Myers and Cape Coral, all this activity moving toward the northwest. So the Sunshine State is Between that and Georgia, the only two states east of the Mississippi where rain is falling. High pressure is in control everywhere else. We've got a trough of low pressure down here, an area of convergence, plus a little spin in the atmosphere. You see that? It's aloft right now. There's no surface low. But something could work down to the ocean, and then we could end up with low pressure in tropically warm waters. So we could end up with something. Bottom line, it's going to be a wet week this week all across the Florida Peninsula. Western Panhandle, for the most part, looks good. We got a drought going on up here. We could use the rain. Today, scattered thunder showers. Tomorrow, same story. Alex, back to you.
All right, Dave. Well, an update on the devastation in Utah. Additional help coming in today as search crews continue their efforts to find people still missing after the deadly flash floods. Around 2 inches of rain fell, swelling a creek and sending a wall of river sweeping through the town of Hilldale, killing 12 people. One person remains missing. And about 20 miles north in Zion National Park, 6 people died. One hiker remains missing after raging floodwaters hit that town as well. The state's governor says all available resources are pouring into the area to help in the search and recovery efforts. We got much more on the situation in Utah next.
Before we discovered fingerhut.com, my budget watched me like a hawk. But now, thanks to fingerhut.com, we can shop with low monthly payments on over 275,000 items and growing from brands like Samsung, Rachel Ray, and Keurig. Go to fingerhut.com and get the credit you deserve today. Fingerhut. Oh, I bet it's the kids' new Xbox. Yeah, you get that.
Your paycheck. Your family depends on it. But if something happened to you, you need life insurance. And chances are SelectQuote can get it for you for under $1 a day. SelectQuote found Alec, 38, a $500,000 policy for under $23 a month. SelectQuote found Kenesha, 39, a $350,000 policy for under $14 a month. SelectQuote's secret? They impartially shop a select group of highly rated companies like these for your best rates. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote could save you hundreds of dollars on life insurance. To see how much you can save, call 1-800-352-8300 or visit SelectQuote.com. Discover what over 1 million families now know. We shop, you save.
What's up with this weather, huh?
Today's weather? Well, I'd get things done this morning because we've got some big changes rolling through this afternoon. Jim Cantori has that.
Sam, this is fascinating. Rapidly rising warm, moist air creating this huge cumulonimbus cloud. Oftentimes, the results can be electrifying. Back to you, Sam.
Great job, Jim. That should get you started on your day. So now, back to you.
Back to me.
Sam Champion on the Weather Channel. Weather Precise.
A flood advisory is in effect. Currently in our area, 77 degrees with light rain. Tonight, thunderstorms likely, low 76. Chance of rain, 80%. Thursday, thunderstorms likely, high 84. Chance of rain, 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
When you have a migraine, you'll reach for anything to make the pain go away. Truth is, most pain relievers don't work like Excedrin migraine. It relieves my pain starting in 30 minutes. That's fast, plus sensitivity to light and sound.
Excedrin migraine.
Wow, that was fast.
After trying Brookside chocolate, people talk about it online. Love at first taste. I would liquefy it and bathe in it. Curse you, Brookside, your nefarious plans have succeeded. Nefarious? I mean, are we still talking about chocolate? Brookside, talk about delicious. After trying Brookside chocolates, at fitgirl.kayla posted, sexy lips, chocolate, purple heart, speak no evil monkey. I don't know how to respond except to say, thumbs up, hey girl, tap dancing twins. Brookside, talk about delicious.
Most people think this is what a home burglary looks like. But over 95% of home burglaries occur in broad daylight. And I know you're away. First, I ring your doorbell. But when you don't answer, I sneak around back, let myself in. I'm doing a free house painting estimates.
I'm bathing the children right now.
Introducing Ring, the world's most advanced doorbell. Available at ring.com and these fine retailers.
Right now on Weather Center Live, in Utah, a community is mourning following the tragic loss of 12 people, most of them children. Now, it happened Monday afternoon after their cars were swept away in a flash flood in the town of Hilldale.
3 children survived the ordeal, and searchers continue to look for an additional person. In total, at least 18 people have died in the flooding in Utah. Now, the Weather Channel has obtained video of 2 cars being swept away in Hilldale, and we want to warn you, it may be disturbing. Dave Malkoff has the story.
The video is heart-wrenching. Virginia Black watched and recorded as 2 cars were carried away by rushing floodwaters just outside Hilldale, Utah.
The first, I was worried about the people in the vehicle, wished that we could do something, but then I realized it was coming this way too, so just started to realize that we were in trouble too if it gotten any higher.
This small community on the Utah-Arizona border is no stranger to flooding. NOAA's National Centers for Environmental Information says Washington County sees on average 1 to 2 flash floods per year. But this one was different.
I grew up here for 10 years and nothing like this. Just came down a little bit. And wow, it's just tough taking it in, you know.
It came rushing down, and it actually came around behind the vehicles and engulfed the vehicles and washed them down into the creek bed.
A flash flood warning was issued for the area about 2:40 p.m. local time. Not long after that, the first round of flooding on Short Creek started. It rose 4 feet. The 3 adults and 13 children were headed home.
As they came down out of the canyon, there's one road out, Canyon Street, and there is a crossing there that was flooded. And they had stopped there because they couldn't cross. And so they had stopped and got out of their vehicles, were watching the flood.
But then, some 90 minutes later, a second, more powerful wall of water hit. The creek jumped almost 5.5 feet in just 15 minutes, catching the 2 vehicles with everyone inside. That makes this the deadliest single flash flood in recorded history in the state of Utah.
Wow, what a day that will live in history in certain people's lives, that's for sure. Well, that was right on the Arizona-Utah border. That's what this line is. And the affected town was Hilldale, Colorado City, on the other side of the border. And it's the Short Creek River gauge that's right on the south side of Hilldale. And the jumping up and down on that graph that we saw, that's where it took place. 2 days worth of rain just filled everything up. And there was fast water. You know, if you live in the Mississippi River Delta, in Mississippi River anywhere, it's flat. And the water will gently go up, might flood, but very gently. Here in the west, we have mountains and valleys. So it rains in the mountains, all that water is confined to a narrow channel, and it really moves, comes on you really quickly. Showers are over in southern Utah, at least for the time being. There is a front that sits right there. We'll monitor it. And hopefully we won't have any more scenes, horrifying scenes like that. So partly cloudy for the rest of the day, windy, temperatures in the 80s here in Hilldale as the cleanup and recovery effort here continues. Well, that's a look at this awful accident, but improving weather here in the Beehive State. Heavy rain had an impact on Californians, too. Here's Alex.
Sure did, yeah. Record rainfall, keeping the rescuers busy in LA yesterday. Crews pulled at least 10 people from Southern California rivers. Downtown LA picked up 2.39 inches of rain. That's nearly 10 times their daily average. At the airport, LAX having its wettest September day ever with 1.79 inches of rain. And Burbank and Santa Monica airports also setting some daily rainfall records. So quite a bit of rain falling out there. In fact, we talked about the downtown area picking up 2.39 inches. You see where that ranks all time in September? Only second to September 25th, 1939, where they picked up almost 4 inches of rain. It's going to be dry over the next several until next week.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Now we're talking. Hey, George is coming.
Nice.
I can get more stuff.
I can't wait to see it.
That one's way better.
Hello. All right, sounds good. See you soon. Guys, Randy's coming.
Perfect.
We're going to need more chairs.
And more food.
Low prices every day on everything you need so you can turn your game day party of 3 into a great party for more. Save money. Live better. Walmart.
Are you tired of hazardous glass made so clear by Windex that you don't even know it's there? Smudge it! With the new Smudge Stick, even clear glass gets visibly smudged in a snap.
Get it now and say no to spotless clear Windex glass.
You can't put 2 in 1.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put 2 in 1.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Upgrade to a 2-in-1 with Intel.
When your I'm ready now moment comes, Jenny Craig can help you lose 3 times more weight than dieting on your own. You get a dedicated consultant who provides one-on-one personalized support to help you reach your goal. Then choose from nearly 100 delicious foods, including more than a dozen new choices to create your own menu. So you can eat what you love and love losing weight. Join today and get $50 off our best program, plus $50 in food savings.
A moment can change your whole life with Jenny Craig.
What's up with this weather, huh?
Today's weather? Well, I'd get things done this morning because we've got some big changes rolling through this afternoon. Jen Delgado, let's show her where these storms are coming from.
We'll be seeing some heavy rains this afternoon, possibly causing some flooding downtown. So the kids' soccer practice? Well, likely it's going to be wet one, Sam.
That should get you started on your day. So now back to you.
Back to me.
Sam Champion on the Weather Channel. Weather precise.
Hi, I'm Ty Pennington. We have smartphones, smart watches.
So I heard about that new offer from AT&T and DirecTV. But they still lock you into a 2-year contract. That could cost you over $2,600, all for temperamental satellite TV service. AT&T and DirecTV call it a new offer. But it's just the same old thing.
Don't fall for AT&T and DirecTV's latest offer. Only Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the best TV experience with X1.
Let's say your team is traveling or your client's in another state and you need to connect face-to-face. Now's the time for GoToMeeting. Join a session from any device. One click is all it takes. Share your screen, demo a product, give a presentation. GoToMeeting with HD Faces. It's a great way to build relationships, ensure everyone's on the same page, get buy-in, and turn business ideas into actions faster. Try GoToMeeting free for 30 days at gotomeeting.com now.
A flood advisory is in effect. Currently in our area, 77 degrees with light rain. Tonight, thunderstorms likely, low 74. Chance of rain, 80%. Thursday, thunderstorms likely, high 83. Chance of rain, 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Center Live to Northern California now, where the catastrophic Valley Fire has forced evacuations and consumed nearly 600 homes.
At this hour, roughly 70,000 acres have burned, and the fire is about 30% contained, which means 70% not contained. NBC's Miguel Almaguer reports he takes a ride along the front lines for a unique perspective.
This is the eye of a firestorm, a blowtorch whipping in multiple directions. On our way home, on the only way out, this is what we found. You could hear the fury and feel the intensity.
Crews tell us these flames are shooting at 40, 50 miles an hour in some places. And even here in the vehicle, you can feel the heat.
We were with firefighters when the wave of flames exploded.
How quickly can this fire take off and jump from hill to hill?
In a matter of minutes. It looked like a furnace and felt like an oven. Crews rolled into the mouth of the inferno as we retreated to their safety zone. You could see this blaze was out of control, and you could hear this monster feeding on these drought-stricken mountains.
Sounds like that sucking sound that people describe it as a jet plane.
When the fire torches in these trees, the immediate concern isn't necessarily the flames, which are intense. It's the embers. They can travel for miles.
Those embers and hot ash sent crews scrambling, a vehicle catching fire. One firefighter called this biblical, conditions few will ever see.
Now, if you live in an area where you're asked to leave on short notice, you might not know what to bring, to think what to bring if it's an emergency. So take these down. Make a little note on your iPad perhaps, or take a little note here. It's the 6 P's. Number one, of course, you want to make sure everybody, including the pets, are out. Make sure you have all the important documents you need to live with you. Prescriptions, take all the bottles. Any pictures that have sentimental value, bring those. Personal computers, obviously. And plastic, credit cards, and cash. Make sure that they are with you. If you have that little list, that will help you get out when you're not quite thinking straight. Alex, back to you.
Indeed, and hopefully you never have to use that list. But let's talk about what's happening here in the western half of the country. We got the radar, the satellite superimposed with that, and you can see some of the different locations of some of these wildfires. We have seen some help with some showers sneaking on in here to Northern California. There's the Valley Fire, and you can see some showers moving in at this point. So that is some good news, a bit of help. But again, 585 homes out there having issues. Mandatory evacuations in Lake Napa as well as Sonoma counties. You see some of the evacuation centers out there, including Kelseyville High School. The Riviera evacuation, though, area has been lifted, and it's open to residents, so some better news there. All right, let's talk about the forecasting for the Valley Fire over the next few hours. We've got those showers in place through the evening, but then things start to dry out as we start to move our way in towards the morning hours. There's our upper low that's going to continue to work its way across the northwest and eventually kick out into the plains as well, but that's going to provide us with at least that chance for some showers in some of these areas that desperately need some wet weather to help out with the fires.
Lowe's presents how to install a new washing machine with one finger.
Maybe a little more that way. Nice.
Now get 10% off major appliances, $396 and more at Lowe's.
V Združenih državah Amerike je vsak 5. otrok lačen. Milijoni otrok se težko učijo, ker nimajo dovolj hrane. Če so otroci prihodnost naroda, kakšno prihodnost imajo Združene države, če njeni otroci nimajo dovolj hrane za uspešno življenje? Amerika danes potrebuje našo pomoč.
Every insurance policy has a number, but not every insurance company understands the life behind it. For those who've served and the families who've supported them, we offer our best service in return. USAA, we know what it means to serve. Get an insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
While others pre-form and pre-cook, Boston Market promises to make food good. Like our Parmesan Tuscan rotisserie chicken, made with Italian spices. Back for a limited time. Boston Market, all good.
Are you sending your kids to school with an allergy medicine that may make them drowsy? Only Children's Claritin provides non-drowsy 24-hour allergy relief.
And it's the #1 pediatrician-recommended non-drowsy brand.
In class and out, your kids can live Claritin Clear.
I take Prilosec OTC each morning for my frequent heartburn. Because you can't beat zero heartburn. Ah, the sweet taste of it.
Prilosec OTC. 1 pill each morning, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Balance. It's just as important for our companions' lives as it is for ours. It's finding the right ratio of work and play, rest and reflection, giving and receiving. It's why at Petco, we're so selective about the food we offer, like Hill's Ideal Balance, natural ingredients perfectly balanced for your pet's best health. Because when each of us is more balanced, together we're more complete. Petco.
This is Bob. Bob's on a first date, so he's not thinking about where to buy his next set of tires. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com.
Right now, he could get a $70 MasterCard reward card when he buys a set of 4 select Michelin tires. For details, he'd go to TireRack.com/Michelin offer.
But Bob's not thinking about tires. Bob's thinking, should I tell her about that thing in her teeth? TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
What's up with this weather, huh?
Today's weather? Well, I'd get things done this morning because we've got some big changes rolling through this afternoon. Jen Delgado, let's show her where these storms are coming from.
We'll be seeing some heavy rains this afternoon, possibly causing some flooding downtown. So the kids' soccer practice, well, likely it's going to be a wet one, Sam.
Thanks, Jen. Now you're probably wondering if there's going to be severe weather today. Jim Cantori has that.
Sam, this is fascinating. Rapidly rising warm, moist air creating this huge cumulonimbus cloud. Oftentimes the results can be electrifying. Back to you, Sam.
Great job, Jim. That should get you started on your day. So now back to you.
Back to me.
Sam Champion on the Weather Channel.
That was really cool.
Weather Precise.
Blind Spot is the show that has everyone talking.
She can't remember who she is.
Critics hail Blind Spot as incredibly captivating.
It's a treasure map.
Electrifying.
I want to speak to someone in charge.
And TV's most exciting new series.
What is happening to me?
Blind Spot premieres this Monday after The Voice on NBC.
A flood advisory is in effect. Currently in our area, 77 degrees with light rain. Tonight, thunderstorms likely, low 74. Chance of rain, 80%. Thursday, thunderstorms likely, high 83. Chance of rain, 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Friday morning, everyone working for the weekend. Who will enjoy summer-like temperatures and where it's going to feel like fall? That's all on Wake Up Now starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Well, look at the rain and wind that hit Port Isabel, Texas. Storms, they blew across the southern tip of the state yesterday, bringing more than an inch of rain to places like Brownsville. Now, radar estimates showed up to 2 inches of rain in nearby areas. The moisture related to what was an invest area east of Mexico. Well, 30 minutes past the hour here on Weather Center Live. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Good to have you with us today. Well, we want to prepare people living in the Midwest for the threat of severe storms. And we want to get you right to the lab because this threat extends for the next several days.
That's right. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes is tracking and timing it all. Hey, Dr. Forbes.
Hey, Alex and Dave. Yeah, tomorrow and Friday look like days that'll have a substantial amount of severe thunderstorms, maybe even some tornadoes. It has been a very quiet month for tornadoes thus far. Let's hope it stays that way. Today looks pretty quiet tornado-wise. The moisture is returning off the Gulf of Mexico here along my red arrow. Comes up and hits this stationary front in parts of South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, Kansas. But there's a warm layer aloft that's probably going to inhibit most of the thunderstorms from becoming severe in those areas where we have the cold air and an upper air disturbance coming in from the west there, that U-shaped pattern, the dip in the jet stream. As it moves farther east, it may lift and remove that cap, but for the moment, most of that leading edge of that is over Montana and Wyoming, where we don't have all that much moisture. Here's where the moisture is. So you see, back in these areas, it's not into that green Gulf of Mexico kind of amounts. And look at those amounts there, 72 the dew point in Kansas City. So when the storms hit that, when we lift and remove that cap aloft, expect big thunderstorms. And the dew points are already up into the 60s in Minnesota. So they'll stay a little bit capped today. Maybe a very isolated thunderstorm. I wouldn't rule out, if we get one, that there'll be a severe one in there, as well as parts of the west here. But mostly I've kept just a general orange thunderstorm outlook in the forecast today. Now tomorrow, that's a different story. Cold fronts comes charging east. The western two of these white arrows are the ones that are having the most direct flow off the Gulf of Mexico. The one farther east there in eastern Wisconsin, Illinois, not so much directly off the Gulf of Mexico, more from the southeast, so not as moist. The jet stream splitting into two branches, and when it pulls apart like that, it's like you pulling your hands apart in the bath water. Water will rise up. In this case, the air will rise up, help lift and remove and cool that cap that is there today. So tomorrow, it will not be in place. Thunderstorms afternoon and evening will develop, some of them severe there in red, parts of Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, maybe northwest Illinois, and parts of Wisconsin, a good part of Wisconsin and upper Michigan. As we go into the overnight hours, maybe even a line of thunderstorms that's severe will march into the Chicago, the Milwaukee, maybe the Grand Rapids, the South Bend areas before it weakens overnight. Afternoon, evening, tornado condition index values 3 on the 10-point scale. Southeast Minnesota, northeast parts of Iowa, central and southwest parts of Wisconsin, about a 30% chance of a tornado wind 50 miles. Front slows down a little bit because a wave of low pressure forms, maybe near the Kansas City area, heads up along that stationary front toward Iowa. That gives a little bit of extra spin, so maybe a chance near the Quad Cities area of a tornado. That upper disturbance keeps adding jet stream energy aloft to the mix, so the storms will be sheared. They'll try to rotate anywhere from Michigan down into Oklahoma along the cold front, but the biggest chance of a tornado near that wave of low pressure, southeast, south central Iowa, Turkana 4, northeast parts of Missouri as well, west central parts of Illinois. The rest of the area 2 to 3 on that 10-point scale. Today, not anything at the moment that's severe warned. A few thunderstorms in Kansas as well as Salt Lake City and up into the Montana area. Some rain, though, that's off north of Salt Lake City might be slowly adding up. So turn around, don't drown. If you encounter any of those flooded roadways, you might see some of those in Florida. Dave will tell us more about that.
Yeah, you do, but it's about 35 degrees warmer in Florida right now. Dr. Forbes, it's raining here in Miami Beach, especially the south side of Miami Beach. Heavy rain moving into the Coral Way section of Miami. This is going to blow through in about 15 minutes, but for the time being, poor visibility. Temperatures in the low 70s with a heavy rain, maybe a bolt of thunder. The main threat here is heavy rain and ponding on the roadways. Lots of showers. Boy, everywhere you look today. Palm Beach has had over 2.5 inches of rain today, huh? Marathon Key, about 2 inches of rain. Fort Myers has been raining for about an hour and a half straight. Tampa has gotten off easy so far, but you can see we're inundated. One of our Weather Underground people has sent us this picture, plus the current conditions where this person is in Miami. 83 is what he has. East wind at 9, but once the rain moves in, it cools down several degrees. So here we are for Monday. Right now, this is from Wonderground. This is for this evening. Chance of showers and thunder showers off and on right through 11 o'clock tonight. And we've got a line of heavier showers with a little lightning and thunder moving in toward Jacksonville. The rain just ended in Jacksonville, and there's more on the way. Look at this, huh? I-95, you're just in and out of the rain, and there's that heavy rain that's headed toward Sarasota and Bradenton. No severe weather, but some gusty winds, torrential downpours with these. And look at this. This is the only place where it's raining raining east of the Mississippi River. So we're getting hammered right now. And this area is going to be monitored for the potential of tropical development, perhaps later on this week. You'll notice a general spin here, a cyclonic flow right in here. Well, we'll see. There's nothing happening at the surface, but at mid-levels there is that spin, and this could come down to the surface, and that would make for a very interesting end to the week. So, showers, thunder showers, eyes on the Gulf for possible tropical development. Alex, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Dave. Now, we have a new tropical depression in the Atlantic that we need to tell you about. So let's get right to the lab where senior hurricane specialist Brian Norcross is tracking what's happening.
Alex, we have a new update from the National Hurricane Center just in the last minute here, but no significant changes. And this depression was born into a very unfavorable weather pattern there in the middle of the Atlantic. Let's get you the numbers. Here are the new 5 o'clock advisory, even though it's only 4:30, because there's really no concern with this, but it's a 30-mile-an-hour depression. Number 9 is its number in terms of the systems that actually develop. So now we're up to number 9. And you see 1,009 is the estimate on the pressure moving to the northwest, so up into the Atlantic. And that's going to continue. So here's what's happening. As you can see the rotation over here, there's where the swirl is. But the thunderstorms are all over here. So you can see these upper-level winds. See them there? See those wispy clouds kind of moving off to the east? Well, that's what's kind of tearing the thing apart. And that's going to continue to be the trend. So here's the forecast in terms of where that center is expected to go. Lifting to the north, maybe strengthening a little bit, but that's even a big maybe, and then just kind of dying out here over the weekend. Not really a threat to land. Here you see where we have the winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And look, as we go through the rest of the weekend you see the spaghetti models, very unfavorable winds over that region. Also, this is kind of a block, so nothing is coming west as long as that low pressure system there is keeping things from getting anywhere near us. All right, that's it. Back with the tropical update in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Brian. All right, well, let's talk about what's happening right now. Western half of the country, most of things are a little unsettled. We've got some showers showing up here for us in Northern California. It's actually some great news to help out with the fire situation there. Following our front, some shower activity here into northern Utah, not the southern part of the state where, of course, we've dealt with the devastating flash flooding situation there. But it looks like Salt Lake City and just to the north and the west, we've got a few downpours to contend with there here this afternoon. There's what it looks like. Certainly some wet streets here for you with temperatures stuck in the 40s with rain and a wind out of the northeast of 15. That is what I call not a very pleasant day. And here's how we play out for the rest of our afternoon into the evening. We could even mix in a few rumbles of thunder, so be on the lookout for that as we head on through the rest of the day. Moving east, north and eastbound, more showers here across Montana, but we even have a little bit of wintry precip showing up in the western parts of Wyoming. Yeah, it's that time of the year where you start to see that. As we head through time, shower activity spreads its way east.
A flood advisory is in effect. Currently in our area, 76 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms likely, low 74. Chance of rain, 80%. Thursday, thunderstorms likely, high 83. Chance of rain, 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I have a pair of holes in my heart. I had my first stroke when I was 11, my second when I was 21. I may have only a decade left on the earth, so the time I do have should matter. Showtime. If I can help find a reason for an unexplained death, give a family solace, or catch a murderer, I think that's a good use of the time I've got. Jackpot.
Morris Chestnut is Rosewood. Premieres September 23rd on Fox.
It's from Daddy.
I love you, baby girl.
Duracell Quantum lasts longer in 99% of devices, so you can always be there.
We love chocolatey,
creamy,
with a little something extra.
Deliciousness.
Cookies
or almonds.
Yumminess.
Hershey's is mine.
Yours.
Our chocolate.
Why pause a spontaneous moment to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class. The 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
Wait till you see what I've been doing. I know, it just came to me.
Manscaping husband, get Scrubbing Bubbles. Kill 99.9% of germs and destroy grime with Scrubbing Bubbles for 100% problem solved.
10 years ago, we were united by the tragedies of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. Today, we are united by hope. Citgo helped those in need then, and in the decades since, we've heightened our social responsibility efforts to further improve people's lives. Since 2014, to commemorate the hurricanes that brought us together, Citgo has pledged nearly $2 million to continue restoration along the Gulf Coast. Visit CitgoCaringForOurCoast.com. Citgo, fueling good.
Did you know stroke is a leading cause of death and disability? Sadly, most people who suffer a stroke have no prior warning signs. As you age, arterial plaque can build up, leading to cardiovascular disease. Even without symptoms, you may be at risk. Fortunately, cardiovascular disease can be addressed if the risks are detected early. A Lifeline screening can help determine your risks. It's easy and painless. Call today to speak with a Lifeline advisor. Our sophisticated ultrasound technology looks inside your arteries for plaque, and you'll get a detailed report to share with your doctor. That's why many doctors recommend Lifeline screening. Our screenings for cardiovascular disease and other health issues are tailored to your risk factors. They normally cost up to $70 each, but through this offer, you can save over 50% with 5 screenings for $149. We're in your community now.
Call 1-888-865-8378 today.
Well, welcome back to Weather Center Live. Right now, here's a live look at Chi-Town. And yeah, a beautiful day with the blue skies out there. Barely a cloud out there for us, but warm. Very warm out there in and around Chicago and the rest of the Midwest. And this is something we'll have to contend with over the next couple of days. What's going on out there? Well, here's a look through the late week and sort of the setup for us. Look at the jet stream bulging way to the north. So we've got a bit of a ridge building here in the eastern half of the country. A bit different than what we've seen over the last few days, where we had a bit of a trough swing into the east that brought in this nice refreshing air mass. But now with that ridge, very warm conditions setting up here for us, and we're going to watch that continue here over the next few. Temperatures going to be above average by quite a bit in many of these locales, again from the Midwest into even sections of the Northeast. Expect them to be a good 5 to 15 degrees above average out there for us. So we're not going to be talking about burning ourselves out there, but again, very warm and above average with upper 80s, even around 90 around St. Louis as we head into tomorrow. 83 showing up in Detroit. Your averages should be in the 70s as we move to Friday. Still dealing with some warmth now. Indy over towards St. Louis. You'll be one of the spots getting above 90 degrees out there. As we take a look at Chicago, the average is 75 degrees. Tomorrow up to 85. So again, we're not talking about incredible warmth. It was a lot warmer earlier in the month where we were talking about temperatures getting into the 90s, but still warmer than average. And then we do see those temperatures slide down, at least closer to average there in the 70s. So we'll take it. Dave?
And Alex, some of that warm weather has made it to the east. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s across the New York City metropolitan area. At least the humidity is in check. And that really is the big difference. Look at this beautiful sunset picture. Let me get out of the way here from Inga Sarda Sorensen from New York. This was last evening. Pretty pastel, hashtag sunset ushers in a crescent, hashtag moon tonight, and hashtag NYC. Just gorgeous. Look at that. And you know what? Under those clear skies, temperatures fell to the mid-60s in town in New York City. 46 this morning, Morristown, New Jersey. You talk about an urban heat island effect. Well, everybody will be in the 80s again tomorrow, right about where we are right now. And we're going to be near record highs. We'll break it in Caribou, Maine. We'll break it if our forecast comes to reality in Binghamton and tie it in Marquette. So this is some pretty serious heat. Look at Friday, huh? That is something. 87 in D.C., still lots of sunshine, still the humidity will be in check. Right through, well, Saturday it'll get a little more humid and we'll have a chance of thunder showers, Syracuse back to Pittsburgh. But Saturday will be your better day along the East Coast. By Sunday, we'll be in the 70s with a chance of showers here in New York City. But until then, enjoy this almost unbelievable stretch of weather. Now, this is just the next 4 days in New York City. We want the national forecast for all of us for the next 7 days. And there's one person who can take care of that.
Yeah, that's me. And the pressure's on. I got to do 7 days and a minute 13 seconds. All right, let's go. Here we are tomorrow. We've got the upper Midwest. That's where we'll watch for the risk for some severe storms. So heads up, that includes the Twin Cities. By Friday, that shifts east now. Lower Michigan, that'll be the zone of potential severe with general showers and thunderstorms on off towards the west, including Des Moines and back down towards even Kansas City. By Saturday, now we're getting into the weekend. Everything pressing towards the south and the east a bit. Looks like around Cleveland, you'll be seeing some wet weather.